Welcome to another session of the School of Thought, Lunch and Learn. Today, our subject is unequally yoked together. Now, when you say that, of course, people are going to think about relationship. They're going to think about marriage because this is what I would say the church have offered to us when we talk about unequally yoked. But actually, it have different level of understanding. We always remember that the Bible then was not given to us just for spiritual use. It's for the whole life use, right? So sometimes we have the full understanding what to do spiritually, to grow spiritually, but we are not using it to develop the other level of us. And that's what I want to talk about, unequally yoked between your spirit and your soul. And sometimes you're going through a turmoil that you don't understand why, because you say, well, I pray, I fast, I go to church, I go to Bible study, I even go to choir rehearsal, I even go to usher board meeting, I pay my tithe, I sow my seed. What else is going on? It's because we're focusing on growing our spiritual life. So you are unequally yoked, then your soul, which is your mind, your thought, your choices, your desire, all of that is not developing. So you are unequally yoked. The spirit is high. The spirit is growing. You could speak in tongues. You could pray for people. You could just make things happen in the spirit. But when it comes to the soul, there's like an unbalance. So you are unequally yoked together. When I was doing a coaching session, and the young lady, I was expressing to her, because she had a hard time expressing how she feels. So I started expressing to her, this is what's going on. This is how you feel. But she's like, well, why couldn't I have expressed that? Great question. Because we are unequally yoked. You could express if it was a spiritual thing. You know the right words to say. You know where to go. You know how to be prophetic. You know how to say a prophetic word. But when it comes to things of the soul, simple as communication or expressing how you feel, we have a hard time doing that. So we grab spiritual things and we bring it to the soulish realm to try to express how you feel, and you sound weird and people don't want to listen to you. Then we call it the devil. Yeah, because I'm anointed, that's why they don't want to listen to me, because I know God called me, that's why. That's not it. It's unequally yoked. You express yourself as a spiritual person in the spiritual realm, well gifted, but when it comes to the soulish, communicating with one another, knowing the right thing to do with a relationship, how to grow a relationship, we jump in the spirit. You want the spirit to show you who the person is. You want the spirit to show you what the person like. You want the spirit to show you everything instead of you communicating with the person and ask. Very simple. Just communicate and getting to know somebody and then develop your relationship. That is the soulish realm. And if we'll be honest, a lot of us having a hard time doing that. So we jump in the spirit. The Lord told me, the Lord said, and then when it don't work, well, I must have heard the Lord wrong, or there must have been the devil. We just blame it. The thing is, we unequally yoked. We don't know how to have relationship. We don't know how to communicate properly. We do not know how to express ourselves. Even when you're angry, you don't know how to express yourself. So that is unequally yoked about ourselves. If something go wrong, I like to address it. Let's talk about it. Most people, I don't want to fight with you. I don't want to argue with you. That is an indication, right? As a brain coach, I will diagnose that as saying, that soul is not developed fully. That's what's going on. When you start, I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to fight with you. That means there's a lack of maturity in the soul. You just simply do not know how to express yourself. You simply do not know how to communicate, how to grow a relationship, how to even, I've had that happen as a mentor, that people will walk away because of lack of soul development, because they want everything to be spiritual. They want everything to be, see, God said. But the Bible is for more than your spiritual growth. It's for all of you. The soul, the mind, the thought, the desires, You have to develop those. Those does not come by prayer and fasting. All right? You can't fast your soul to grow. You can't pray your soul to development. Only the spiritual relationship goes like that. And honestly, some of us just don't know. And we do it unconsciously. We don't know because, no one have told us, or we just don't want to believe it, that it's true. And we just speaking things into existence. And when it doesn't happen, it's the devil. Nah, not true. Not true. It's a lack of maturity in our soul. It's an unequally yoked. You're really developed. You gifted. You could do all of that in the spirit. You could flip. You could do cartwheel in the spirit. But when it comes to the natural, having a relationship with someone, developing the relationship, and I'm just talking about husband and wife, relationship in the natural, whether on your job, whether in any type, even as a mentor, as a mentee, developing the relationship, know how to go through the hard time in your relationship by having communication. Let's talk about it. Let's reason together. We don't know how to do that. We rather throw it in the spirit and then hide behind the word of God. Unequally yoked. So I want you to just take some time. As a matter of fact, I'm teaching something like that tonight, and it's no cost to you, right? It's free class. You go on my website, KhannahJosué.com, and you are welcome to register. And it's called Mind Your Business. You are going to enjoy it. All right. That is going to be part of the class, learning how to develop your soul, learning how to develop that part of you so you can have communication, proper communication. I've seen, even as a mortgage broker myself, I've seen loans and client who don't know how to express themselves. And then between me and the bank and the lender, I have to be the between person to express what the client is feeling or saying or doing. Otherwise, it would look like to the bank that they're doing something else. It looked like they're being a shyster. And I said, no, it's a lack of communication, or I would say lack of developing of communication. And it doesn't mean that you are an immature person. It's just that particular area, we're not focusing on that a lot. Nobody is really teaching that a lot. We're having conferences about spiritual work, about prophetic work, about anything that have to do with your spirit. But nobody's really talking about your soul. When it's a real thing. So come to my class, KhannahJosué.com tonight, 7 p.m. Central Time on Zoom. No cost to you. And I would love to take you to that journey to get started and say, well, let me see it's not going to cost you anything to find out, if it's true. If I'm not telling the truth, you're like, no, that's not true. Just come to the class and see. And it will take you and develop your mind to be able to see, hey, I need to develop that more. And sometimes a communication or a conversation, and you will hear people say, oh my goodness, I didn't know that it was like that. I didn't understand that. And find out they stopped talking, right? What happened? I used to say that a long time ago. When people stop talking, relationship dies because there's no communication. People are going away with assumption, and the assumption have to do with the spirit realm, but nothing have to do with the soul. And all it takes is a conversation with the person. All it takes sometimes is an apology. All it takes is clarity. But we don't want to do that as spiritual people. We prefer to stick in the spirit and let God reveal the person to us. That's not the way God created the system on earth. That He's not going to reveal the personality. I see you. No, you don't know me. Only thing you see is stuff in the spirit. You really don't know me because you never took the time out to get to know me. And when people do that, oh my gosh, you are different. You're not what they said that you are. Because you took the time to get to know me. You took the time to talk to me. You took the time to communicate. You allowed me to express myself, and you allowed me to hear you express yourself to me. The relationship changed. So, KhannahJosué.com. I would love to see you tonight, 7 p.m. It's a free workshop to get you started on that journey of developing the soul, because we will get so much more in life if we develop our soul and stop hiding behind the spirit realm and not connecting with people because we think it's the devil. We think it's this. We think it's that. And the person does not adjust to who I am. Lack of maturity in the soulish realm. Okay? So, KhannahJosué.com, click on coaching classes, and the very first class you see is Mind Your Business, and I want you to register. Don't wait till last minute to try to get in the Zoom class at 6:59. So go register now so we could send you the Zoom link and get on and see what I have to share to see if it's value to you, okay? So don't forget to go to my YouTube and subscribe. There are many, many wisdom lunch and learn classes on there that you can use. And sometimes you just click and just need to be refreshed on certain things and get yourself revived. So it's called School of Thought with Dr. KhannahJosué.com. School of Thought with Dr. Khannah Josué on the YouTube, and become a subscriber. But the website is Khannah Josué, Khannah, pronounced Khannah. Yeah, one day I'm going to do about my name. Khannah is the name, KhannahJosué.com, and you register for the class. All right. So I believe that's all that I have. And I have other classes coming up next month and then July, which are talking about the different level of your mindset. I really believe I love those classes. I love to teach those classes because I'm watching a lot of us in the kingdom going in circles in the spirit realm and not moving forward. But we think we're moving. We just stuck on one realm, which is the spirit realm. The Bible said, the Spirit said, the Spirit said, God said. And then we're not implementing anything outside of that. And nobody's not being honest about it. We're just going to keep calling this the devil, not the devil. All right. So go to my website, register. I will see you 7 p.m. Central Time. Okay. Don't forget to share. Talk to me on the comment. Tell me, what did you receive? Is anything that I say resonated to you? Did it bring a reminder? Is it a wisdom that you could chew on, that you could help develop? Please let me know. I want to know. And let me know where you're listening from, what country, what state that you're listening from. So talk to me. I promise you I will talk back with you. Okay? KhannahJosué.com. I will see you at 7 p.m. Thank you. It feels good to be back. All right. Have an absolutely super day. Thank you.